What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another reading. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. I shouldn't even be making this reading, but I was kicked out of my bed by my kids. Kicked out of my bed, and for some reason, I was told to do a reading. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. So we're gonna do a reading. We're gonna see what the energy is trying to let us know. All right. I put together a new spread, you guys. So we're gonna see how that goes and transition if we need to, right? So let's see what we have for the collective. This is going to be for all signs. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully you guys can hear me. All right, for all signs. All right, so how you're feeling about life as of right now. We've got the Nine of Swords. There goes that Nine of Swords, that I can't sleep energy, that like insomnia, like you're awake and you're trying to figure out like, why am I awake? Like why can't I sleep? And it's because usually when this card comes up, it's somebody who's not present, someone who's not at peace with the present. You know what I mean? So what, either you're thinking too much of the past or you're thinking too much of the future, but you're not present. Something is causing some sort of fear or worry in you. All right. Now, what is the underlying energy behind this, right? Because this is how you're showing up, but this is the true, you're burdened, you're overwhelmed. So a lot of you guys, it's not necessarily that you're just focusing on the past or the future, it's that you're overwhelmed. You're doing too much. You've got a lot on your plate, you're overworking, you're stressed out. You feel like you just have so many responsibilities, so much is on your back. And as you can see, there's two people here in the cards. And also what you can see is that here's a young person. Doesn't matter what the age, I mean, it doesn't matter what skin color or feminine or masculine, but here's a young person and then here's an old person. So you feel like you're just getting old, like by the day, like your responsibilities are just literally wearing you out, making you grow old. Like someone here feels like they're growing gray hairs like really quickly. There's like a lack of balance in your life. So with this Nine of Swords, you're not getting enough sleep, which means you're kind of stressed out, you're kind of overwhelmed, you're working too much, you just have a lot on your plate. Okay. What is worrying you, right? Who or what is worrying you? The Five of Wands. Conflicts with others caused by opposing opinions. Walk away from drama unless the situation is really worth your time. Then stand up for yourself. Very, very ambitious people. So this is a mixture of things. What some of you, your worry may be that you're having some conflict with other people, right? There's people in your life that are distracting you or creating conflict, or they have opinions about the ways that you're doing things or how you're showing up, and it's just conflicting with how you feel about the situation yourself. For others of you, you're just super ambitious. You're super ambitious. You're doing a lot. I mean, here's the Ten of Wands. You're doing a lot, right? And that's great. You know what I mean? You're motivated. You're taking care of business. Like you're going after your goals. You're doing all of that, but you're stressed out. You're worried. You're creating like stories in your mind that are keeping you up at night, right? It says expecting the worst, thus creating self-fulfilling prophecies. And so it's like, because it's not an energy where I'm getting that you're failing. You're not failing. You're just overwhelmed. And so in your mind, because you're so stressed out, you're like, where are the results? Where am I going to see like the great things that are supposed to be happening in my life? Why am I so freaking stressed out about like what's going on? If I'm staying consistent, if I'm staying disciplined, if I'm taking care of everything that I'm supposed to take care of, why is everything not showing? Why am I not seeing the results that I want to see? Okay. All right. What do you need to change? Release. It says I mean, this is the card of change. It says release, endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that hold you back, spiritual transformation. So for some of you guys, and for a lot of you guys, I mean, some decks depict the Five of Wands as multiple people, right? People competing, people who are, it's like a friendly competition, but people are competing with each other. But for this particular card, it's this one person standing in front of a bunch of mirrors. So it's like him facing every part of himself, right? The ambitious part, the part that doubts themselves, the fear, all of the different parts of themselves, right? And so what do you need to change? This is release energy. You're needing to release and let go of maybe the need to control every outcome, the need to be a part of every situation. It's like you want to have it's like, because there's one person in all these cards, one person. And so it's like you're trying to make sure you're trying to do it everything. You're trying to do it all. And like there's some sort of pride here that you have about wanting to make sure that you're the one that handles everything. You're the one that completes all of these goals. And so maybe it's like time for you to reach out for support, right? There's also a need for you to have to bring parts of yourself together, right? You need to work in harmony with yourself and not against yourself, right? Take those weaknesses and find ways to make them stronger, or find ways to mold or bring together your strengths and your weaknesses, right? Because all of us have strengths and weaknesses, right? We don't all just have strengths, or we don't all just have weaknesses. We have both. And there's something here where they need to be working in tandem. But I feel like this is a purging moment for you. Like this is a you're needing to purge, right? You're needing to purge some things in your life, and some of it has to do with your thoughts, right? Because the reality is that here you are, you're stressed, right? You're not getting enough sleep, you're stressed out, you're worried, right? But this is the truth of how you're feeling, right? This is what's in the background of what you're truly going through. And it's the fact that you're taking on too many things at once. You're working too many hours, right? You could say, oh, you can't really work too many hours. I have to pay my bills to live. And it's like at some point you have to sit back and say, okay, well, if I paid my bills, maybe I need to take this one day off to kind of recuperate and bring myself back to myself, right? Because a lot of people just want to slave at jobs and give your all to these companies that will let you go any second of any day with no warning. And, say that happens to you, and guess what? You're still in this energy, and then you're going to feel 10 times worse. It's like, it's better for you to just take that time for yourself when you need it. But there's a sense of needing to release, and we'll clarify, okay? Last but not least, what is coming in for you? Listen, the Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. The Knight of Pentacles says, enjoy the fruits of your labor, hard work that has led to a luxurious life, buying yourself something special, happily and successfully and self-employed, enjoying your solitude. Look at this. Independence is coming in. And I mean, it's not even to say that you're not independent. You are independent. You're a very independent person, obviously, right? You make sure you handle and take care of things, but it's like there's something that you need to let go of. Like, first of all, how should I say this? Because I don't want to say it and you guys are like, what are you talking about? When you show up, when you go to work, or you go do anything for your kids, right? 99% of the time you're like, I'm doing this for my kids. There's a level of pride and happiness that you feel because you're going and doing something for your children, right? But there's something that you're doing, and I don't feel like it's in relation to children. I feel like it's something else that you're doing that is worrying you, that's stressing you out, that you may need to just let go of. It's like you're competing with yourself to it's like this thing where you're there's something you really, really want to accomplish, and it's like, instead of you just letting it go, it's like you feel like you failed yourself if you just let it go, you just stop doing it. so that you could focus your attention on other things. Because you have a lot, like say you have 10 different things that you're focusing on. There's at least one thing that you're doing that you don't even need to be doing, but you're doing it because the pride is there. You're just like, I have to do it, because if I don't do it, I'm going to look like a failure, or I'm going to look like I, you know, something like that. That it's like something like that. But I will say that, the good news is that your hard work is not in vain, right? It's going to pay off with this Nine of Pentacles here. But it doesn't mean that there's not something that you need to let go of, right? Because you're going to want to be able to invite this energy in when it comes. The Nine of Pentacles, when you get to a point when this Ten of Wands turns into the Nine of Pentacles, where you're seeing the fruits of your labor, you're seeing the success that's coming from all of your hard work and all of the time and energy that you put into something, you're going to need to have let something go so that you can truly enjoy this. Because like what's going to happen is you get this energy, and guess what? You're going to be in this energy still. You're going to still be in this stressed out energy. And you don't want to do that, right? You want to fully embrace this. You want to be happy. You want to be able to be at peace. You want to kind of just enjoy yourself, right? Really bask in this space. Four of Cups are here at the bottom of the deck, and the King of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Yeah, somebody that may have walked away from you in the past before, you may have to be the one to finally walk away from this person. You may have to be the one to actually walk away from this person and reject whatever offer that they're coming in with. Because I feel like maybe there was a time where you actually wanted to invest in this situation, but this person was like, I want more out of life. And then they finally came to their senses and was like, you know what? I want you. And you're like, you don't even have the patience and the time for it, like, anymore. But let's clarify. Let's clarify what we have here. Let's clarify this Nine of Swords here. Let's clarify this Nine of Swords. We've got Scorpio energy here. What's the Nine of Swords? The Eight of Cups. Listen, it just came out again. The Eight of Cups is clarifying the Nine of Swords. You're worried about something or someone who's already walked out of your life. Out of everything that you have to worry about, you're worried about an emotional connection that has kind of left you high and dry. Refocus your thoughts. Refocus your thoughts onto something more positive, on the fact that you're going to be really abundant and successful soon. And that anybody who decides to walk out of your life and leave you behind and, abandon you at a time that you truly, truly needed them, guess what? They're not meant to be in your life when you reach this level. They're not. They're not meant to be in your life when you reach that level. Bye. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. I hope you're happy, right? You're going to get justice. You're going to get justice. Things are going to balance out for you, and your life is going to be brought into balance. And I feel like it's being brought into balance. There's a part of you that's worried, because a part of you is like, am I not good enough? It's like you overwork yourself to compensate for people who've walked out on you, for like the sadness that you truly feel deep in your heart. You overwork to compensate. Some of you guys work so that you don't even have to think about, the people who have walked out of your life. And let's be honest, we talk about people who actually leave this earth, that the pain it feels when people pass on, like that is hurt. And then there's also the hurt of people who abandoned you when you're really in that space where you need them, or not even just when you need them, but you really want them around and they don't want to be around you and they leave you. And that abandonment, it hurts, right? But I feel like you're worried about a situation that is already moved on. I feel like this is a blessing in disguise that someone decided to walk out of a situation away from you so that you could continue your life. Justice and the Two of Wands. Look at that. New partnerships are going to be coming in for you. It says, stand up for what you believe, trying to see sides to all of a situation. You will win if your position is one of integrity. Yeah, it's possible that you had some sort of thoughts, right? Because this was your worry. This Five of Wands. You may have had some like differing opinions than someone else, and they didn't agree, and so they left, and that's okay. Clarify this Ten of Wands here. Ten of Wands is clarified by the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, you're trying to do everything. Like everything. First of all, the Two of Pentacles already is also a card of like, very imbalanced. Like you need to find more balance. It says working too hard or multiple jobs. It says the need to bring balance and fun into your life, juggling multiple priorities, balancing the budget. Okay, so you could be worried about finances, right? The Two of Pentacles is pretty low, but the Two of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, which is, what's to come for you, is a huge leap. So that's something that you don't even have to be truly worrying about because your work is going to speak for itself. It's just taking its time. But it's exhausting. It's also exhausting that as talented as you are, as charismatic as you are, as smart as you are, as creative as you are, as brilliant as you are, as much of a leader and someone who just really takes charge of their life and who's very ambitious and just handles what she has to handle, he or she, it's exhausting how much you have to stand up for yourself, how much people try to walk all over you or people try to test your level of integrity or try to test your confidence or your courage or something like that. People are always testing you. And I feel like that's why you're always having to kind of like, it says challenge those in power, but also choose your battles wisely. You have to choose your battles wisely. I feel like you're a hothead. Some of you guys are some hotheads. Like, I feel like that's why this release is here. This is what you need to change, letting some things go. Because a part of you, I feel like in the past would have just, listen, like you would have just gone off, you know what I mean? But a part of you is trying to really, you want to be a leader. You want to show people that you are a leader. I feel like you definitely are. But you just have to keep, like, I don't know. I feel like people are just constantly like trying to challenge you in some way or another. And like, you're just always having to defend yourself. There's nothing that you can't do. Believe in yourself. Never underestimate your ability to make your dreams come true. The need for balance between career and personal life. Stop overdoing. This is something that's up with you too. Either you sometimes some of you guys overdo it in your career. And so your personal life falls behind. Some of you guys overdo it in your personal life and then your career falls behind. There needs to be a balance. You can't consume yourself with just one area of your life because the other one will fall apart. And, the fire energy is very passionate. You're very passionate. You care very deeply. Like when you are fixated on something, you're fixated on something. And whether that's your career, your goals, your love life, and sometimes you don't realize that some things take a backseat. So that's something that you really have to keep in mind moving forward, okay? Yeah, the magician. You're the magician. Like you're the magician. You're the alchemist. Like you could pull yourself out of this like Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords energy whenever you want. Like you don't realize how easy you could just say something. All you have to do is say something and it's gone. The thought's gone. Okay? Yes, I know my battery is low. I know. All right, let's clarify your worry. This Five of Wands. Clarify the Five of Wands. Clarify the Five of Wands. Four of Pentacles. Now, the Four of Pentacles clarifying the Five of Wands, and then the Seven of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. The Four of Pentacles clarifying the Five of Wands is like, it says manage your resources wisely. And then you have the Seven of Swords. And then the Magician here. It's like, how should I say this? You keep some things to yourself. But first of all, you keep some things to yourself. And I mean, I feel like this is reiterating what I just said when it talks about overgiving yourself, overgiving your resources, overgiving your energy, your time, your love, your commitment, your loyalty. You're overgiving yourself, and there creates a lot of conflict within yourself because you're like, and not just with yourself, but with other people, because you're just like, why? These people are stressing me out. I keep defending myself, yet I keep giving. I keep giving, overgiving. I'm overgiving. And so you're like, here you are like conflicted because you're overgiving. And here you are in the Two of Pentacles, stressed out. But guess what? When you embrace this release energy, when you release people, release situations, release things in your life that you know you don't need anymore, you're going to step into this energy. Because there's a blockage here. There's a blockage. There's a clear, definite blockage in your life. And you don't speak about it a lot. You don't speak about this out loud. I mean, the Seven of Swords talks about, secrets that are hidden. So this isn't technically about other people, because the only swords energy out here is the Nine of Swords, and that's your energy. The Nine of Swords is you, keeping things in, stressing about it at night, just talking to yourself like, man, I can't believe this, or, creating worry for yourself. You're not telling anyone about this. It's like all this stuff is internal. You can't keep bottling all this energy up. You need to tell people, like, listen, you need to stop, playing with me. You need to stop talking to me like this. You need to stop, taking from me and not giving enough back to me. Like, you need to speak up for yourself. Or you just need to clearly leave people alone that you know, that you can sense, because the Queen of Wands is very intuitive, right? The Queen of Wands is intuitive. I believe the Queen of Wands is intuitive, All right, what's this release energy? What you need to change? Clarify this release energy. And it's so interesting because it's the only major arcana out here. It's like speaking to you. It's trying to tell you, like, listen, you need to release. You need to let go. I mean, you hear this a lot in these readings. They're just like, release. You need to let people go. Let this situation. No, let it go. You already know you need to. The Nine of Cups is clarifying the release energy. Page of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. So here you are here. What you need to change, release. Nine of Cups, clarifying. Your release, what you need to change, your release needs to be fueled by your happiness. I will only be happy if such and such and such happens. I will only be truly fulfilled and at peace and feel loved and feel nurtured and cared for if such and such happens. And then if nothing lines up with it, then everything goes. If the person doesn't line up with it, it goes. If the job doesn't line up with it, it goes. Unless you're one of those people who feel like they have to tolerate it in order to make sure they put a roof over their head, then you do that. You do what you have to do. But the truth of the matter is that something needs to be let go of. Something needs to be released. And it once it's gone, it cannot come back. Something is not going to go back to the way it was. This is another thing that you have to realize, because there's something here about you wanting, you're stressed out about something that left you because you want it back. And the reason that it left is why it left. Whatever it is, the way that you think now, the way that you are now, how you operate, it doesn't align with that job. It doesn't align with that person. It doesn't align with that friend, that lover. It doesn't align anymore. It will never go back to the way it used to be. Your happiness is what's the most important. Period. Point blank. Your happiness. Alright, let's clarify this Nine of Pentacles. Let's clarify this Nine of Pentacles. And 999 is significant here. 9 of Cups, 9 of Swords, 9 of Pentacles. Only thing we're missing here is the 9 of Wands. And that's telling me that you don't even, a part of you doesn't even want to hold on. Like you're at the 10 of Wands. You're at your breaking point. What's the 9 of Pentacles here? I'm getting goosebumps. Goosebumps. Balance. Peace is restored. It says blending the ideas of others with your own to create something extraordinary. Successful compromise. The power of diversity. Self-control, patience, and balance. 8 of Pentacles. Listen. When you assume, because this is the energy that's to come, it's going to come for you. When you assume your position, 9 of Pentacles, you go from the 2, the 4 to the 9 of Pentacles, and you have balance here. You putting yourself first, you putting your happiness first, you in this very independent energy of I'm going to live in my truth. I'm going to have my opinions. If you don't agree, then that's cool. Like, we're not going to fight. We're not going to argue. But, if you can't have a healthy debate with me, then you got to go. Okay? Because I'm not going to fight you about what I feel about myself and how I feel with my own opinions. I'm not going to fight you about that. It's not that serious. You are evolving. You're evolving. In the level in which that you're about to be at, some things cannot come with you. Habits. People. Like things that you know. Poor spending habits. I'm spending so much money trying to compensate for the lack of how I'm feeling or something like that. I'm giving all my energy to situations, to work, to people that, aren't feeding it back into me, or who are just, there to actually who are just like constantly testing me on a daily basis. No. Look at this. You can't make this up. 5 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles. Someone's seeing, like the people seeing the Pentacles in the background. Like some of you guys are going to be this successful and you're still going to work. Because that's how ambitious you are with this Queen of Wands energy. You're super, super ambitious. You don't like to just sit around and do nothing. You like to keep moving. And you've got people who are actually spiteful, who want to get off on you, who want to get things the easy way, who want to feed off of your energy. who are going to be watching you out of spite. Like, how the heck is she doing that? How is he doing that? How are they so successful? Don't even like you, but want to be in your energy. They want to know the game. They want to know they want to know what the game is. They want to know what it is. It's because you have integrity. It's because you work really hard. It's because you continue to work on yourself. It's because you continue to let things go that no longer serve you. Because you don't just keep things around anymore that are not healthy for you. Five of Swords, Five of Wands. You got people who are in competition with you. You got people who are think that they're I don't even know, like sneaky or whatever. Like they think they're doing something, but they're not. Yeah, I mean, you have, look at this beautiful energy. Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and Ace of Swords. Once you walk away and you let go of things that are no longer what serve you, look at that. Hermit, oh my gosh. The Hermit, the Sun, the Emperor. You're bossing up in the major way. Bossing up, and not only are you bossing up, you're coming into union with someone as well, someone that you can be honest with, someone that you can have that you have clarity with, that you're never going to be confused about how they feel or about this. You're going to be able to have healthy debates with this person. This person is going to feed into you. They're going to pour into you. There's going to be a reciprocal energy with you and this person. Harmony, peace, balance, blending of the ideas with others to create something extraordinary. Successful compromise, talking with someone and conversing with someone who's not going to argue with you, who's not going to play victim. This is the only other major arcana that came out. You're going to go from this release to balance. You're freeing yourself from something. And when you leave it, you can never go back. So that is what I have for you, collective. We got Sagittarius and Scorpio strong here, okay? There's something here about something happened in Scorpio season that may have been super significant for you, and something's going to happen in Sagittarius season when it comes back around that's going to be super important for you. For some of you guys, Sagittarius season just passed. Excuse me. So some of you guys, this is past energy for you guys, and you already are embracing this Nine of Pentacles energy that you're in at this time. Okay? Maybe this is just a reiteration to kind of just make you think back so that you don't put yourself back in the same cycle. I mean, for a lot of you can't, because with the release here, if you've already gone through the scenarios, it's never going to go back to the way it was. Even if you want it to, it's not going to happen. Even if they wanted it to, it's not going to happen. So with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for tapping into this reading, this late night reading. I hope you guys can hear me while I'm talking, you know what I mean? And I'm going to finally go to bed and make some room in my bed with my gremlins, okay? Thank you guys so much. Subscribe to the channel, comment, you guys, and let me know in the comments what your zodiac sign is, if this resonated. If it didn't resonate, let me know what you think. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace. Have a blessed one, you guys.